What's going on, guys? It's Jeff. We're back here over on some more XDEFIANT. Real quick, I want to thank everybody so much for all the love and support on the videos. We've got a whole mess of games coming here in October. As you guys know, I'm prepared for all of them, and pretty much the entire month of October is filled with games. From Until Dawn to Silent Hill to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and who knows, I might really enjoy that whole process and play that. I also went back and played a little bit of Mortal Kombat, not gonna lie. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of Mortal Kombat with the cameos and stuff, they did say that they're gonna be supporting it for years down the road, so I mean, there's pretty much no point in holding out and hoping that there's going to be a whole new one-on-one Mortal Kombat out there. But anyway, about the grind over here on XDEFIANT. So the last mastery camo that was in the game when I was playing last time a couple months ago was Titanium Prisma. All it required was for you to get to level 400 on your weapon. Now they added a brand new one called Pyroclastic. Honestly, looking at it, it kind of looks like a moving obsidian, but it seems like it has veins or cracks in it that glow blue and just kind of move around the weapon. Looks really, really good. This unlocks at weapon level 500. Thing is, that's not the only requirement. So yes, I'm gonna level this to 500, but it does require you to get weapon level 400 on 4 different assault rifles, 4 different SMGs, 3 shotguns, 3 LMGs, 2 sniper rifles, 2 marksman rifles, and 5 secondaries. People are a little confused by this, but it's really not that complicated. It's 2 different requirements. So if I look over at other weapons, all of these are already at 200. So I only have 200 levels to go on each of these. So I can just smash all of them out because I've gotten 200 on all of them. I just have to unlock the 20-something requirement, whatever it is, and that's it. So I'm just gonna queue up a game here with my custom playlist. I usually just do TDM, Domination, and Occupy. I find a game pretty much instantly since there's no skill-based matchmaking or anything. Yeah, boom, I already got into a game. That was like 5 seconds. I'm getting into a game so quickly, I'm not even gonna be able to pop. There's 2 other players in here that are over level 200. Everybody else, some of them are low level, some of them are mid-level. I've seen a guy that was level like 320 or some shit. Like the dude never got off the game for that entire time. I commend you for getting that level. But I will say this, you likely didn't beat Elden Ring and you didn't do a level 1 like me. So I see you're level 330 and I raise you an RO1 no Scadu run. I started playing a little bit of what was that one MMO that came out? Throne and Liberty. I keep mixing it up. I keep for some reason wanting to say Blade and Soul. It's an old one. Dude, I really wish that MMORPGs were still popping. Like still the biggest ones in the world are just World of Warcraft, of course, Final Fantasy 14, and what? The third one I'd say is like RuneScape. Those are probably the top 3. Any other MMORPG that I end up seeing, like maybe what? Like Lost Ark or something? I don't necessarily see this game blowing up or whatever, but I was playing it a little bit. It's pretty good. Honestly, I might remove TDM off of the list just for a little bit more like consistent spawning. A really nice thing as well is that I don't have to do any challenge. I'm just killing things and I'm making progress. I don't have to sit around and think or worry about the challenge that I'm doing. It's as simple as just do well, and even then, there's still progress even if you don't do well. You can end up playing an entire game out over on Call of Duty, not finish one of the challenges that you're doing, play the entire thing out, get kills, get XP, but make 0 progress on the challenge itself. Now, I don't necessarily think that challenges are a bad thing. I think they're pretty engaging overall if they're not like egregiously annoying or like have too many prerequisites that aren't really within your control. But it's a very particular thing where you can't really enjoy yourself because of it. You almost feel a sense of guilt when you're not finishing the challenge more efficiently. If you're a grinder, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, well then, you know, it's not really anything to think about. But if there's a camo that you like, you're still stressing about like, oh, I gotta get crouch kills, I gotta do this. It is stressful and it sucks. Although it does definitely feel a little bit more, I guess, rewarding, but it does kind of balance out overall by not being stressed about doing a specific. Saw that there was a leak out there, or well, okay, I have to preface. From what I understand, it is fake. There was like this clip of somebody recording a screen. They were scrolling through different characters over on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. It seemed like they were at some kind of event because in the background you can hear like a convention going on. You hear people all walking around and stuff like that, people talking. It's a crowded environment you hear in the background. They're scrolling through Vegeta's forms and they end up scrolling past what looks like an Ultra Ego form. This is Vegeta's latest transformation, which is basically Vegeta's equivalent to Goku's Ultra Instinct. It's Ultra Ego. The thing is, from what I understand, they can't put anything that's only in the manga. It seems like they can only put things in the game and have some kind of licensing or something where they're not going to put anything in the game that is from the manga that hasn't been animated. It has to have been animated. So maybe if there was a movie or something, it was a possibility. But if it's only in the manga, it's likely not coming. There are characters that were in the manga that we haven't seen yet in Super that aren't even in the game yet. So how could Ultra Ego possibly make it into the game? It turns out that this video of somebody recording with what looks like their phone or something on a screen at a convention, and they scroll past, but they're zooming in like really close on the screen, so that's already like kind of sketchy to begin with, right? But people started breaking it down, going frame by frame, and finding out that like it's just not consistent. Text is off and other things like that. On top of that, though, people are also kind of coping looking at it like, you know, well, maybe the text isn't there because term ultra ego is in a different location. And it does make sense and line up with like the order of what the transformations would be and all this other shit. I was definitely one of those people that was kind of like, you know, I really want it to be real, but it's not. Barry turn. They showed up. Good job, Barry. Where'd they go? 4 and 17. I'm happy you're here, dude. Luckily, I don't really care about winning or anything like that. I'm not stressed. It's just public match. Don't need to win. It's fine. Although, when I was playing before, I definitely felt really compelled to win. I usually feel more compelled to win whenever I'm in a party. I didn't even get the battle pass yet. Oh, I'm gonna have to grab that with all the XP thing. I'll worry about that later. There's also these other challenges here. Challenges. There's these right here. Claim this. It gives me a weapon XP. What the fuck was that? Another weapon XP thing. Then there's another weapon XP thing for 50 kills with sniper rifles on here. Even if the shit is fake, though, which it definitely likely is. That guy's level 228. Look at that. I'm still obviously gonna pick Vegeta in my squad. Now, I think for the first video that I end up doing on the game, would you guys rather me do the like story mode with Goku, or would you rather see me go online day one? I think I'm going to do both anyway myself, but in terms of the video, what should I do? I could try to do both. Maybe I do like a little bit of the story and then I go online and see what's up. I also contemplated downloading an emulator to be able to go and play Budokai Tenkaichi 3, get some practice in and get a feel for like what the game is supposed to feel like overall. I've watched quite a few videos on it and some quote pro play. A lot of people can call themselves pro when you don't really have like, you know, an established like league or whatever. At the very least, I knew that the players knew what they were doing. And I think I'm understanding a lot of the mechanics overall, where like you want to hit them with like a regular rush combo, then you want to hit them with some sort of move that kind of staggers them, hit them with another rush combo, hit them with a different stagger, because there's like basically a cooldown. There's a way that you chain them together. So basically there's an attack and then there's an ender of the attack. You can't do the same ender multiple times in a row and just chain it like indefinitely. You can't do that. You basically have to alternate. If you got like 3 or 4 different ways to do those extensions at the end, you want to alternate whichever ones you're doing. So there's like a rush attack and then you end up doing like the key wave thing, which stuns them. Then you can do another rush attack. Now you can't do the key wave anymore, otherwise they'll get out. So then you have to go and do a different attack at the end that will result in another stun, and you just link it over and over and over again. Anybody that's played it, you know, feel free to hit me up or tweet at me, send me a message or something. If you played the previous Budokais and you were actually good at the game, you know what's up, maybe even recommend me to go and watch a specific person or some shit, because I really don't want to get my ass just completely beat online. I would like to do the ass beating. Fighting games are a very personal experience one-on-one, and I really don't want to get mad playing the game. I don't want to be angry. I want to have a good time. I want to sit there and scream Final Flash and shit with Vegeta. Yeah, I'm still having these weird random things where my FPS ends up, oh man, buddy, Naruto 128456. Dude, speaking of anime as well, since we're talking about Dragon Ball and that dude's name is Naruto, the Jujutsu Kaisen ending, man, I'm not gonna spoil anything or say anything, but I'm not gonna say it's the worst ending I've ever experienced or anything, but I did not think that it would be that way. That guy's a good player right there. Sharpshooter. They're level 200 something. Everybody else is just, yeah, not so good. For all the Jujutsu Kaisen fans out there, with that said, you can go and read a manga that's already complete and you already know isn't bad. You could just be Attack on Titan fans. Or better yet, although it doesn't have an ending and it's not some, you know, shonen battle anime, read Vinland Saga. Genuinely life-changing. You don't really learn anything or feel like a different person or feel like you grew in any way whenever you're getting involved with the majority of like shonen battle anime. It's just battling. Biggest thing that you can take from these is like, don't give up and fight really hard and you can always reach a new level or something like that. But past that, I mean something much deeper than that. Not as simple as don't give up. Vinland Saga can change your entire fucking perspective on shit. Like, you can have like an existential, entire demeanor shifting realization reading that shit. Now, if that's too intense for you and you can't handle that, that's completely fine. I'm just letting you know, if you want some real, impactful, life-changing shit, read Vinland Saga. I saw some people talking about, oh, in season 2 it was boring, blah, blah, blah. I feel so bad for you, but that's okay. I benefited from reading it. You could just miss the benefits. It's fine. Anyone that does take my recommendation, though, you're welcome. I'm able to get 100 levels probably within a couple hours on this game, so long as I'm doing well, which is pretty often. I'm really enjoying the feel of this game, and also the other thing is that having a good shot on this game transfers over to Call of Duty pretty well because of the difference in aim assist. That said, excited for Black Ops 6. UFC event, Renato Moicano versus Benoit Saint Denis. I'm gonna go with Benoit on that. I mean, the last fight that Benoit lost, he was winning until he wasn't anyway. He also had staph infection. He should definitely beat Moicano, but Moicano definitely has the tools to be able to beat. Power puncher, wrestler, grappler versus a more rangy yet more submission style grappling BJJ type of fighter in Moicano. I don't think the matchup is very good for Moicano overall because I feel like that he can be met and contested in the grappling, which was his biggest strength. Whereas Saint Denis has multiple ways to be able to finish this fight. With that said, I mean, maybe he gets another staph infection, gas is out, who knows. Check out XDEFIANT, free to play, why not?